Toxic. She call me toxic.
Yeah, I bet.
She call me toxic.
So cliche,
Swear I am not shit.
but I'm not though.
She call me toxic cause I won't simp out. Never get phased or react to a big mouth. She call me toxic.
She call me toxic.
She call me toxic.
Oh wow.
Alright, welcome to the first episode of Sue Me Later, the panel discussion, where we're going to say something you probably agree with, but are too scared to say, or you probably don't agree with, and probably too scared to say you disagree with it anyway. I'm your host, the villain with the most, Sean Bills. I got my bros here with me, Alpha G and Ben Frank. You know, Ben Frank, go ahead and let these brothers know who you are.
Yeah. I'm Ben Frank, the most hated villain in the universe. You know, just one of them guys that's gonna be able to tell you a little bit about everything and a little bit of everything about something. Catch what I'm throwing.
Alpha G, my bro, what's going on with you?
Nah, man. Sitting here chilling, working, paying bills. You know how this shit go, man.
You already know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some discussions here. We're gonna talk about some controversial topics, probably say some controversial things, which I already know how I give it up. If you've subscribed to the channel, you know how it is. If this is your first time here, we are not for the weak of heart. It is what it is. Hit that,
Don't be weak.
that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You heard? All right. So, man, I know y'all seen that Ebony K. Williams video, man.
Yeah, I seen that stupid shit.
You want the floor? You want the floor? Here, go ahead. Speak your piece on that, man.
Yeah. Let me get there. Coming from one of the essential workers that they put out after this COVID stuff came about and all that shit. I was essential, but I didn't get paid essential pay. That's another story. Yeah, you can't downplay what wants to date you just because you got to a higher level. See, because everybody's got a type, everybody's got something that they want to long for, that they want to go better for. You can't sit there and downplay a whole type of person just because you think you're better than them. You ain't better. That makes you worse. Because I guarantee that person's still going to treat that homeless person with a level of respect that they treat the president with. But most women can get away with that shit. That's just the fucking truth. I've seen that shit too many times. Most women can sit there and say, "Oh, I'll refuse to date a bus driver or a guy that works at McDonald's or a post office worker or anything like that because, they a CEO. They might not even be a CEO. They might just be a regular hourly at the shipyard or something. You know, and they so I ain't dating no bus driver. Well, you know, there's bus drivers in the shipyard too. They probably make more than you. I'm an hourly at the shipyard. I make enough to be a functioning adult of society. But guess who wouldn't date Ebony K. Williams? And it ain't because she wouldn't give me a chance. It's because I don't want her.
Bro, the label. the Bud Light label. You ain't got a cup?
Man, you can still see it. I thought I covered the book.
No.
All right, look. Don't worry, I'll be fancy.
There you go. Alpha, I'm gonna bring you up, bro. You got the floor in a sec. Hold on. Go ahead, man. Speak your piece on that.
Well, in the long run for her, she's gonna be single forever. So, I mean, that's what, you know what I'm saying, that's what she wants. But people people are delusional, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't really say nothing else. People are delusional because like most of that shit come from most of even that mental thinking come from like social media or what's seen on TV and shit, what people expect for themselves and not realizing the environment that they in. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Nah, that's facts. I
Cause
mean, and
like
but you know,
you want the baller, but what you gonna do that's different from any other female that want the baller
No,
too? You
what you
no,
mean, yo? She rich and famous. You know, that's the thing. Like she got bread, she got degrees. You know, she's a political news anchor, like
I
or
know
whatever
four
she
females
do.
down the street like that right now. She ain't that damn special.
And, you know what I'm saying? She said, you know, brothers, you know, if you a bus driver or work a regular 9 to 5, you was a C&D student. I'm like, yo, what you mean?
Hey,
So we can't have more than one job.
Look, man, I just got my bachelor's with a 3.5. I don't think I'm a C&D student with a 3.5. I'm disappointed in the 3.5, but I don't, I'm just
Mm.
saying. But
Talk your shit, King. Talk your shit, King.
but I'm gonna come with a whole different perspective on this, cause this is my thing, man. She's 40, no kids. Her words, not mine. She's never had a man make her feel secure in her life, not even her father. And she's dated men along every spectrum. Her words,
yep,
not mine. So I'm gonna
right,
take her words
right.
and I'm gonna formulate an opinion. My opinion is if you're 40, you've been unable to pay a bond and you're still looking at 40, you're cum rag. And me, being a man that I am, why do I care what a cum
Word
rag
though.
thinks? Like I wasn't even mad that she said it. Like me, I've come to the point where like I tune out so much of that just modern woman rhetoric stuff. I don't even pay no attention to these broads, bro, because a lot of them I read right through them. Like, and it ain't even just them. Like dudes too, I read right through people. Like I just observe. So it's the same chick who had the she had a white fiance, and right before COVID, well, when COVID first happened, he left and went to another
Yep.
state to be with his kids, and she called the engagement off because she thought everything was supposed to be about her. Like
Oh,
so
oh.
she said, she dated men on every spectrum. So that mean the white man don't want you, the Asian man don't want you, the black man don't want you. Like, but you calling us mediocre, which is cool. I mean, I'm not mad. I don't care. I think it's funny that so many people were butthurt because I'm of the mindset of, especially as blacks in America, we got to stop listening to people that have no credentials. Like when the village idiot starts talking, just ignore them.
You
And
supposed
I'm
to.
and
Right.
I'm not gonna listen to a cum rag explain what her dating preferences are because apparently for the past I'll be nice. Let's say you lost your virginity at 20 and you'll be 40 this year. So for the past 2 decades, all you have been good enough for is for men to wipe their semen off on you. Why do I care what you have to say? I don't. And yeah, it's gonna sound harsh, it's gonna sound rude, but honestly, I don't. Like I
Ain't no
honestly
more.
think more brothers should get to the point where I'm at, where it's like, yo, let these modern women say whatever they want. You just when they start saying stupid shit, just disqualify them. I don't care how good they look, just disqualify them.
It's a
That's what
good
you gotta
damn
do.
thing.
Like me,
I don't be
like
speaking
me,
like that.
I'm to the point now where
Not no more.
you can't. If I can't find a picture of you with your real hair, you can't say shit to me.
Facts.
Like
That's
I
some
don't
real
want to hear
shit.
about your dating preferences. I don't want to hear about nothing. Take because if I come through and snatch the wig off and hit your face with a makeup wipe and grab the caterpillars off your eyes if you didn't go to Dr. Miami or get lip injections or something like that, what do you look like? Like a lot of y'all gotta think, man. A lot of these chicks with threes, and then they went and they went and got to the build a chick workshop, man. And then between the bundles and the wigs and the lashes and the makeup and all, yo, I don't even pay no attention to half this shit, bro. And then like I laugh because then you see a lot of dudes caping for them online like that's supposed to get them some buns, and I'm sitting there like, bro, it's not gonna be what you think it is, my nigga. Like,
Hey, look, I done seen some threes that have knocked the socks off a 10. Because that 10 really a 1 under all that 8, 9 plus that they put on there.
bro, like I know y'all seen that whole that who some shorty made the area baddest in the area list, and she had all them chicks in
Oh
there.
yeah.
I saw like 5 of them stupid ass shits, man. What the fuck was that?
Look, but here was my thing, and everybody was getting butthurt. I'm like, yo, y'all like 30 plus. Like, why y'all mad off the internet list?
Like we in high school again or something.
Bruh.
Yeah, like
I was about to
listen,
just say that, yo. Like we in high
But-
school, bro. Like, this
Like
is not
nobody
fucking
worried
high
about it.
school,
Oh,
bro.
pay your
Like,
bills, take care of your kids.
But my thing was, all right, cool. You made a list. I looked. I don't know any of them women on there, but every picture it was the same thing. It was not the real head, not their real eyelashes, filters.
Filters.
You don't know which one of them probably done got a BBL or whatever, and that's cool. You want to do that? That's cool. It's not
Oh, I know.
whatever. But
I know which ones.
I don't even care, honestly.
I've
But what
seen enough to know when it's fake. I don't really care.
Hey,
If
yo,
I feel
but-
grab it, it's gonna be real in my hand. But I know.
But my point is,
Hey, yo.
my point is, if you have to do all of that to be considered beautiful, are you really?
No.
You know
The
what I
answer is
mean?
no.
Because you know what's crazy? Niggas don't even care about that shit.
We don't.
Like we really
Because
don't care.
don't-
Like it's good.
We
It look good.
honestly, nah, a
But-
lot of that shit don't look good. Like let's cut the chase. And see, we all in the same generation. You know, most of these chicks grew up playing with them Bratz dolls, and they going and getting these surgeries and spending all this money on cosmetics that look like a fucking Bratz doll. That's exactly
I
what they
can
look
read
like.
that. I can see that shit.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I used to
look
bite
like
the
a
heads
fucking
off and
brat.
shit. Fuck them damn things, man.
A little too much.
They look
of
like a fucking Bratz doll, bro. Like that shit is crazy. As
Like
hell.
for real. What nigga y'all know? Cause all my niggas don't give a shit. What nigga y'all know said I'm not gonna fuck with that bitch because she got on some. She ain't got no fake eyelashes on. Who look at her eyelashes?
I look at
Fuck
eyelashes. I look at eyelashes. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if she got on fake eyelashes, man, them shits look like, y'all remember like the old animes where like somebody grandpa eyebrows would be too bushy where you can't see his eyes.
Yo,
That's what them
yeah.
eyelashes look like, man.
No
like, I'm like, yo,
bullshit.
get them shits off your face. Fucking dust bunnies off your face, man. Then they want to bat their eyes and shit. Like y'all
They
remember?
got them, they making mini tornadoes in front of them and shit. Like goddamn, all this
Look.
fucking wind.
Y'all remember back in the days the white girls used to drive the punch buggies with the eyelashes on the headlights?
I hate them shits.
Bro.
I used to rip them
Yo,
shits off when I passed cars
They
with them
still
on.
doing it. They still doing it, bro.
Shit is
Like,
crazy,
Hey, and look,
son.
they making them shits out of metal now. Like, come on, man. You trying to kill somebody with this shit too. You just want to stab a motherfucker eye out, cut somebody motherfucking paint and shit.
That shit like a bad Fast and Furious prop. Like, get that shit out of here, man. But nah, like that's my whole thing. Like, I've gotten to the point where, like, and like I said, it's dudes too. Like, when a village idiot speaks, I just don't pay them no mind. The only thing I like doing online is being a myth buster. Like, if somebody says something and it's just not true, especially if it's about brothers, I like to, to be real myth.
You notorious for catching on them shits. You be catching them motherfuckers too.
Yeah, cause like I'm passionate about brothers elevating themselves and brothers getting to a point where like we're all prospering and all that. So when it come to them whack negative stereotypes and all that shit. Because a lot of this shit, yo, especially us, because we're millennials, yo, we've been lied to our whole life, bro. Like our whole
Oh, yeah.
lives have been a lie. So it's like I'm here to like, nah, that's a lie. Like when black women be like, yo, we the most educated. No, you're the most enrolled in college, but you also a lot of y'all don't finish, and a lot of y'all go get degrees that don't mean shit.
And
So it's like,
drop out in easy classes
Exactly.
because you don't want to get up at 8 in the morning.
Or they don't use it. No, what I'm
they
saying,
can't
They
like,
don't
use
use
it. Them shits
they
is
can't
useless,
use it.
bro. Them shits is
Yeah.
useless. Like, yo, honestly, if you talk to anybody, if they go to a university for anything outside of STEM, if it's not like a professional degree where they gotta go from the regular like undergrad bachelor's and then they have to go like through the professional route, like to be a
And then
lawyer or some
masters
shit
and
like
shit like
that.
that.
Yeah, like if it ain't that, that degree is useless. Like
Well,
liberal arts, and you know, Alpha, me and you, we're creatives. We make music. Liberal arts is
Yeah.
our shit. A liberal arts
Right.
bachelor's degree is useless in this country. Like
hold
I don't even
on.
know how
Exactly.
to do that.
Hold on, though. Hold on. To be fair, on the other side of that, there is a lot of jobs that you can get better within your job internally just for having a degree. They don't care what it's for, just because you have a degree. Sometimes you can get a better job. Like, for example, me. Let's say I just had a basic general studies degree from TCC or something. That's different. That's the difference between 48,000 and 65,000.
Here's the thing, though. You don't even realize what you just did. You said a general studies associate's degree from a community college. These
Right.
chicks are going. These chicks are going to universities and incurring six figures in debt for an art degree or
Now, see, that's different.
a
That's
music
different.
Yeah,
degree.
you see what I'm saying?
But
That's
here's the
No,
thing.
you got
Here's the
no
thing.
point, yo.
Here's the
He
thing.
on
Here's the
point
thing.
with it.
You know.
Yeah.
It be
You know.
like, yo,
When you
like,
right, you right. A win is a
Because
win. You right.
you see how the mindsets are different, which is why, and this is going to sound harsh too, which is why I don't take. It's rare that I take advice from women, especially if it's not an older woman, like the older women from the previous generations. I take advice from them depending on what it is. But
Yeah,
women our age
depending.
and younger, I don't listen to nothing they gotta say, man.
you
They
said
don't
that right.
like unless it's like unless it gotta be a specific situation. Like if a chick is like an accountant and I have like an accountant question, then I'll ask her. But if
As
it
you
ain't
should.
that, like general advice, man, look here,
Nah,
bro. Like,
nah,
no.
nah. There ain't too many women my age, 30 plus, that can tell me anything. Because 9 out of 10 times, they don't even know how to set up their own. They don't even know how to go about getting the house. They don't know any
I
steps of
don't
getting
even
the
like for real. I don't even be like be paying attention when bitches be talking nowadays. Cause for one, they really like Bill said, they really don't be knowing what the fuck they talking about for real, for real.
most times.
And
No,
then two, and then like even like they don't even when it comes to the older Jones, it's like you gotta look at like how you look at some of the shit going on now. Like these niggas been married for 10, 11, 12 years, divorcing niggas. Well, fuck, I'm gonna take some advice from you.
Oh no,
You
no,
know what I'm
no.
saying?
When I say the
You know what
older
I'm saying?
joints, I mean like women are mothers and grandmother ages.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking
Oh,
about
okay, yeah. You
them.
talking about
Yeah,
family?
no,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah,
I don't like to me.
yeah,
I'm look,
yeah. Oh, okay. I was
we
about to
all 30 and up. 40, 45 to me, that's not older. You you was just the older thought. That's all that is. Like I don't trust them chicks either, bro. Like I don't trust them chicks either.
I
Nah,
don't
it's
trust none. I don't trust no
it's
none, bro.
it's
None,
the older ones, man. Like the 70s, 60s, 50s, and 40s babies. Those the ones I'm talking about, man.
bro.
Like
Nigga, I just want some pussy, man. Nigga. Like I don't
like yo,
even, I don't even want nothing else.
it be crazy because like
That's just
y'all be
all I be
seeing
wanting. Nigga.
y'all be seeing on my social medias, man. They be coming after me, and I be laughing because they be like, "Your mindset this, your mindset that," and I laugh because most of the game that I got on how women are, I got from my mother. She the
shout
one
out
who
to
told me
moms.
how chicks be moving.
Shout out to moms.
And
You ain't
what's
even
crazy,
gotta. You ain't even gotta. You can just look and pay attention. Like,
yeah, like, and I used to break it down because you know my mom's is still married to my pops,
yeah,
but she used to tell me like growing up, like this is not. You see how that woman's acting? That's not what you want to bring home. That's not what
Exactly.
you like. Like yo, I got in trouble on TikTok because
Oh
yo, it
shit.
was this chick. She told a story about how that she had the perfect man and they was engaged, but she called the engagement off because he wasn't toxic enough. So everybody's applauding her for being mature. Some niggas are calling her stupid, whatever. Me, this was my thing. I'm like, Buddy should already knew she was toxic because her wig was fucked up, my nigga. Oh my god. Yo, the bangs were like over her eyes, and then the bangs were cut uneven. It looked like a kindergartner cut that shit.
So
The
she looked
shit
like
was
old girl from
lopsided.
Swarm.
Yo, yeah, no, her wig was worse, bro. Like the shit was
damn.
lopsided. So I'm telling her, I'm like, bro, you should have knew she was toxic because any
Busted.
woman who come out the house like that is toxic, bro. Like there's like
Yeah,
as a woman, as a person, you're supposed to want to look good anyway as a person, but especially as a woman because you understand that your beauty is your value. Whether I don't care what the chicks that follow that mental illness movement say, your beauty is your value. So if you coming out the house with a fucked up wig, I already know what type of time you want. And who did I get that from? My mother. Yo, a woman's supposed to keep her head done. A woman's supposed to have this. Yo, I can't get. Don't get mad at me because I had a good mother who taught me shit about how y'all move.
facts.
Like that's
Now
not my fault.
let me expand into that though, because I got a feeling that's going to confuse a lot of women. When you saying keep their hair up, you ain't talking about what's the shit they call now having some knotless braids every 2 weeks or something. You talking about making yourself presentable before you leave the house, at least put a little effort or something, right? You mean a little
Yeah,
effort at least.
like
Yeah, I was about to say.
don't come out the
Yeah,
crib with a bonnet on. Don't come out the crib with your hair looking crazy. Like you
Right,
know
right,
you
right, right. Have
like
show
like
some
you
effort,
just
show
woke
some
up.
pride in
yeah,
yourself.
like don't look like you tried to fight Thor and Zeus at the same time and lost.
Right.
Like you know
Right.
what I'm
Don't
saying?
come
Like
out there with that head fried. You ain't gotta do all that, but at
yeah,
least
like
goddamn, and even like bonnets, no.
but
African
like
headdresses, yes.
but like
Some culture, something that says I'm
yeah,
trying. I want to
even
look
and look,
decent.
you got some women where they got to take their hair out and wash it and all of that, and it's not done because
Right,
they're in between hair appointments. Yo, they'll come out with a hat on. That's cool. Like just be presentable or put it in a
right.
ponytail, whatever. But
Presentable.
nah, if
The
your
word
wig
of the day. Presentable.
if your wig is still tipping on fofos, nah,
Hey
it's a
yo,
wrap. It's a wrap. If that shit is sitting
slanging
sideways,
rock, slanging rocks.
like, nah, it's a wrap for that. Like, I don't even know how. And that was to my point. And so many women was like, you're doing this and that, and you're degrading. I'm like, no, I'm telling dude that should have been a red flag off jump. And the fact that you got dumped after being engaged to this woman is your fault. Because
I mean,
Yeah,
they did something. They weren't doing something to
yeah,
get dumped after an engagement.
like me, I'm of the mindset where I'm not blaming chicks for how they are. I'm blaming men because if you didn't have simps and beta male manginas, these women wouldn't act like they are. Like
That's
that
facts.
video, like that video. Which one of y'all sent that video?
Oh, the big whale looking bitch.
oh yeah, I said that shit.
And
That
she
nigga
was
right
like,
there.
I'm a
What?
10. And she was like, I'm a 10. I'm telling you right now, there are dudes in her inbox
Oh yeah.
offering to cash app her.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah.
sure after that video, her DMs then skyrocketed.
Oh
Bro,
yeah.
it's our fault that they act like this. So I'm not blaming women. Like, this is my thing, man. And y'all know I've raised a daughter. This is my thing. Raising her has been such an enlightenment. Yo, they really can't do like they can't survive without us, bro.
At
Like
some
yo,
point,
like yo,
at some
like
point, they need us.
it's in their nature where like if they did not have any type of man in their life, like they
Oh, they'd
will
be hurt.
Oh, they
malfunction.
fucked up.
Like
Yeah.
mentally, like they will malfunction. Like you ever dealt with a woman or known a woman, whether you was dealing with her like that or she a relative or a friend or something, do some of these stupidest shit you've ever heard, and you like, yo, how did you even think to do that? And he'd be like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. You want to know why? Because we're the voice of reason. That's our job. Our
I got a
job
great example for that.
Our job is to basically keep them from malfunctioning and killing themselves.
I got a
That's
great
basically what
example
it
for that shit.
What? What example?
This girl I knew had snow all on her car. She said, I need to get the snow off my car to go to work. I said, what'd you do? I used a snow shovel to get it off. Now, let me tell you why this is bad.
That's just
Right
stressful.
concept,
Out the windshield.
wrong area. Why would you use a metal snow shovel on the top of your metal car to remove snow? And when everything melt, when all the snow gone, you like, what are these scratches on the top of my roof?
She looked like her car looked like it fought T'Challa and Wolverine.
Man, that shit was bad. I'm like, what did
Man,
you
Yo,
do? It was a
she
snow shovel. Why didn't you use a broom? Your hand,
yo
maybe. A glove? Something.
yo
You
she lucky she didn't crack her windshield. Moving that metal shovel across all that glass, like what's and this is what I'm talking about, bro.
I
Like
still
yo,
help this woman all the time with little things. She's smart as hell, one of the smartest women I've ever known in my life. But
hmm
she be having the common sense factor is
going. It don't matter. The smartest women still needs men around because when when their emotions get riled up, all logic and reasoning go out the window. And that's probably what happened with her. She seen the snow and she was like, oh my God. And
panic.
wasn't
Yeah,
thinking and just grabbed a shovel and was like, boom. And now she like, oh, I didn't scratch my car. Now you done made a whole nother problem. Like, and I just and it's no knock on women. It's just it's biology. It is what it is. Like we're yin and yang. And
I
that's
truly
why
believe estrogen causes that.
but yeah, we're yin and yang, man. Like we're supposed to balance each other out. But that's why, man. I don't get mad at women, bro. Like I honestly find this shit hilarious. Like when they be popping all that shit, I just be like, yo, that's funny, and I keep it moving. Like I don't even.
That's really all you can do because if you say anything more than that, you the bad guy. Even though we're
Oh,
used to being the
I
bad
was
guy.
gonna say villain error. You already know,
We,
but
we
yeah, I
the
don't give
nah,
a
villains is
fuck.
here.
but
The
look,
villains is in the
I ain't gonna
motherfucking
give a
building.
fuck.
look,
I like the bad guy. Blame me,
it
bad guy. I don't give
it
a
done
fuck.
got to the point where
Yeah.
some chicks would be like, I don't give a fuck about your little stats and data. And I'm like, ooh, I got you. Yo, I do the Cameron thing on when Cameron was on what's that old head name? The old racist guy that used to be on Fox News. Um
I saw you
what is
share that shit too.
yeah, but when he was like, oh, you mad, you mad, you mad.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be like, oh, that should be funny as hell, man. But nah, I say that to say to move into the next topic. Yo, the egos. Everybody got this inflated ego where they think they're supposed to be the main character in everything they do. And some people don't know how to play their role and play their position in
That's
certain
it.
situations. Like,
Everybody got one. I got
like,
one.
like I got a relative who I don't fuck with. I'll be 31, so he'll be 34 this year.
Mm,
Man has never had a job. My man's was smart as a whip. Could have went to any university he wanted to in the country. That smart. He never wanted a job because he's too good to work for people. But buddy,
No,
you're broke. You
no.
broke. Like you broke, bro. Like you broke, my nigga. Like you be jumping from relative to relative crib with your you got a family and
A
you
whole family?
bro. And that be my thing. It's like, yo, everybody's not meant to be a boss. It's okay to be a worker. In actuality,
Right.
almost every boss started out as a worker at some point.
You got
Take
to.
us to work, bro. Learn
You
something.
got to.
Learn something.
You gotta have character to be a boss. You gotta have authority. You gotta have intellect, power. You don't get that shit just jumping out the gate.
You gotta have income too.
You
Thank you.
definitely gotta
You
have.
can't start no business with
You
no
got-
money.
And income
be
will
with-
come with all that. Income is gonna come with all of that. Because after a while, your intellect makes a way for you to create a process. That process makes you income. It's gonna keep on going and keep going in a full circle, and eventually you gonna be from the worker to the boss.
Exactly.
Man.
With time and the right process, that shit is possible.
And the
But
right
niggas
man,
don't want to do the process.
nah, they don't. And it's not even just about like that. Like, I know we all know people who get mad if they're not the center of attention all the time. Whether it be man, woman, if they're not the center of attention all the time, they're gonna cause some type of chaos to disrupt what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the people that have this main character issue where, like, if they're not Goku all the fucking time,
Man,
it's a problem. And it's like, yo, you can't be Goku all the time. Some days you're gonna be Yamcha. Some days you're gonna be Krillin.
Hey,
no,
Some days you might be Vegeta.
no. Never be Yamcha.
I don't say yeah, you
Okay.
can't be that nigga, bro.
Never
Like,
be Yamcha.
I'm just saying.
Yamcha
Never
gets folded
Okay,
every time,
okay.
bro.
They made the whole parade float of this nigga folded on the ground, dead in the
Hold
fucking
on. Okay,
snow.
throw Yamcha out. Sometimes you're gonna be TN.
There
Okay.
you go. I'd
Okay,
rather be
yeah.
TN than Yamcha.
Okay, yeah.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
TN stood up. He did his shit. He did his service when they called him, even in the
And that's what I'm
tournament
saying.
of power.
Like,
He ain't
yo,
win shit, but he helped out.
but yo, if think about it, they don't beat Kid Buu if the support doesn't give their energy to Goku for the Spirit Bomb.
That's it.
The
Exactly.
support. You need the support.
Support,
Gotta have
yeah.
support.
And it's like,
Gotta
yo,
have support.
everybody needs to learn how to play their role. And that's why I say not every woman's a wife. Some
They
women,
not. They not.
some women were bred to be side chicks.
Yep. Or just
I wouldn't
for the
say
moment.
side chick.
Just for the moment.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, look,
You
That's
was
the
here right
large
now.
term it could be.
no,
And
no.
then,
This,
You know, we had fun, but
this is
time
why I
to go.
say this.
You know what I'm
This is why I
saying?
say this. Because, like I said, they need us so they don't malfunction and delete themselves. That means that they have to be attached to some type of man and for survival. But they're not all wives. So that's why they need to play their role. Everybody can't be Steph Curry. You need Clay, you need Draymond, you need Andrew Wiggins. You don't need Jordan Poole because I don't know what he got going on. But you know what I'm saying? Like you need the role players. Everybody can't be Jordan. You need Pippen and Rodman and Kukoc, and you need all these guys. And some women just were not bred. And I even talked to my homie 2 days ago who's Muslim. He was telling me in the Quran they kind of say the same thing. Like
Yeah.
they talk about the righteous wife, but they also say like not every woman is righteous. So if not every woman's righteous, then not every woman's a wife. Same thing with the Bible.
Yeah.
He who finds a wife finds a great thing. It says he who finds a wife. If y'all all were wives, some women would be bred to be side chicks. Some women would be bred to be wives. And some women would be bred to be side chicks. And it's like, yo, everybody can't be Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like you need the role players. Everybody can't be Jordan. You need Pippen and Rodman and Kukoc, and you know you need all these guys. And some women just were not bred. And some women just were not bred. I wouldn't have to look.
Look, exactly.
And some
That's
some women, some women really have this complex where they're like, I'm a wife. No,
mm,
you're not. You're not
And
kind.
then
You're
I
not
think,
present. You're not nurturing. You don't know how to add to a man's life in a nurturing way. You can't help him do anything
and
as
and
far as a
that's
wife.
the main thing too, the nurturing part. Like that shit is
Exactly. Being
epically
understanding.
sad, bro.
You don't
Like,
make you don't make good
bro.
decisions. Like and like I said, that's not all women. Like, and I believe like if you do find a wife, you should handle that how you need to handle that. Whatever you believe in, cool.
and
But
let me break that down a little more too. Let me break that down a little more too, because there is a lot of women with this wife complex. Just because you don't cheat, or just because you clean up sometimes, or just because you cook once a week, you still be yelling at a nigga for stupid shit that you could have done, but you wanted us to do, but we won't dare to do it. But you could have done it. You be goddamn stressing us out while we at work. We trying to make money to provide for the family, but you sitting there sending messages like, "Why are you posting this on Facebook? Why are you thinking? Why are you talking shit about me when we not talking shit? You just assuming that it's shit because you got a guilty conscience." A lot of women don't get that shit. It be little shit. Yeah, that big shit is great. That cleaning up when we clean up while we at work, or cooking when we come home, or listening to our problems and being a positive shoulder. Like, yeah, those are great things too. But at the same time, you need them small things as well. We don't need to come home soon as we sit down on the couch. Hey, can you go change my tire on my car? I did it already, but I didn't like how the guy did it, and I want you to do it just because it's you. That's kind of, I'm gonna look at it. If it ain't right, yeah. If it's good, but you just want me to do it for the hell of it, like I've really dealt with people like you wasting your time and mine, and you probably done wasted my money to get that tire put on, and now I'm doing it again. What was the fucking point? Like a lot of shit.
and that
Sometimes that surface thought ain't enough. The women don't want to see past the surface thought.
that's my thing. Like a lot of women just they don't understand. And me, I think it's okay if you're not a wife. I'm not here to say, oh, you're lesser than, or you're a bad person, because I know some really, really good women as far as just they're good human beings. They got nice hearts. They're good. They just can't, they don't have the ability to pair bond because they have so much issues with them, like
With them,
mentally and
yeah, yeah,
emotionally.
yep,
Yo, you're
yep.
not a wife
I just
because
went through that shit, bro. Like,
because
nah, bro.
look,
You don't want,
after
nah.
a while, like I'm of the
That
mindset
damage
of,
should be in the way, bro. Like, bro, you
and
can't be that damaged, bro.
and I
Nigga,
don't
like,
care
nah.
what women say. Women are emotional beings, and that is
Oh
not
yeah,
a bad and that's not a bad thing.
not at all.
I don't care what they say. Any relationship they leave from, they leave damaged.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't care what they think. And the worst type of damage it is not the toxic guy that beat on them or cheated on them or dogged them out. Those aren't the ones that do the worst damage. I'm gonna tell you the ones that
The
do the
ones,
worst damage.
the ones
The
that be
ones
good and don't
and
come back.
leave their ass. Those are the ones that do the most Hold on. What my Asian guy do? Hold on, let me grab a paper. What my Asian guy do? Emotional
Emotional
damage,
damage.
bro. Because now every dude after that has to be him.
Yep.
Or either has to be him or has to be so toxic that um she is okay with it. Because you have some women that are used to such toxicity. When they get a good man and they fumble it, they go back to what they know, because that having a good dude scares them. and,
Oh
and
yeah.
vice versa. Like it's the same for dudes. Like you got a lot of dudes where having a good woman scares the hell out of them because
Hmm.
they haven't experienced it, and
Social toxicity.
yeah, and that's why I'm of the mindset like, yo, I think some women were just meant to be side chicks. Also, if you look at the population, the numbers just the math ain't mathing. Like
That's
everybody,
why they got poly relationships.
every and you know what poly is? Poly is a
Mm,
bunch of wives.
yep.
I take it.
A bunch of wives.
I take it.
Yeah,
Keyword.
and
Wow.
that's the thing. Like I don't. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think more people need to be realistic with who they are, and the more I don't care what society says, the more fucked up relationships you have, or the more relationships you have in general, especially for women because they're emotional beings,
Hmm.
the harder it's gonna be for them to pay a bond consistently. That's why I'm of the mindset of women need to go get locked down young. Don't go out here on the carousel because you're not gonna be able to pay a bond like you think. You may be able to get some simp to marry you, but you're gonna get bored with him. You're gonna leave him, or
Oh
some.
word.
It never works out, and I think more men and women, because not every dude is a husband, and that's cool. I just
And that's
think people
cool.
need to be more realistic and not think
Realistic.
they
Yeah.
have to be player one. Like you're not always going to be player one in every situation in your life. And learning how to be player two at times, player three at times, in everything, relationships, business, friendships, whatever you're doing, having knowing how to play those roles as well as be player one is that's key. That's key to life for me, man. Just knowing how to play your position and play your role, whatever hand you was dealt. So
Hmm.
yeah, man. Some of these chicks need to reevaluate. You're not a wife.
Yeah.
Look. I'm gonna say it now. If you're not understanding, if you're not understanding naturally, if you're not nurturing naturally, if you're not naturally feminine, not a I need to be put in my feminine, like if you don't have those traits naturally, if you're not naturally a help me, if you're not naturally pouring into a man, like it's not gonna work. Like you're not a wife. Eventually, like you're not gonna find a husband. What you're gonna find is you're probably gonna find a simp, and then you're gonna get bored with him after you get the children, and then you're
Yep.
gonna leave him. Like, and yo, it's cool, it's whatever, but like I said, man, lot of chicks are side chicks, man. They're not
And,
wives.
I mean,
They're not wives.
I'm gonna sit there. I ain't gonna say a lot of them side chicks. There are some of them that's they thing they're good at. Whereas some of them are just great friends. They're meant to be great friends with potential potential fucking, potential going out, potential presence. That presence might be wanted to be around a man. Every man needs some type of woman, be it a friend, a wife, a girl, side chick, whatever the title may be. We need a woman to. I'm gonna say that because I mean you motherfuckers get bored, motherfuckers get lonely, whatever title you want to put to that.
You're
But we need a
lonely.
woman.
Oh.
And there's a reason he sung that like he did. There's a reason that man sung that. We all felt that when he did. All right, like who wouldn't like a pretty woman around them when they chilling? Who wouldn't like a pretty woman around them when they out in public, when they ride? Even when if you get lucky when you work, but
I
it ain't
feel
always.
you.
Look, we hear you. Look, you right, and I'm gonna tell you how you right because even Batiman hang out with pretty
I see
girls.
you.
They got some of the best friends. I will give that to the Batty Boy crew. Them motherfuckers got them. They be having some bad motherfuckers with them.
They do, and
And they do lie too. And it could we know the main reason is because he's gay. He's not gonna try and get with me. I've seen some of them. I got some big niggas in my family. Some of them get some bad bitches just to be around them so they can experiment too.
Oh man, I think we lost Alpha.
Oh shit! He went out to the car. He lost the Wi-Fi.
But yeah, he left. But yeah, let's talk about that video that was circulating with the stepdad pressing the real dad over. The real dad showed up at the birthday party, and the stepdad was like, "These my kids now."
Can you still hear me? Can you
Yeah,
still hear me?
Yeah,
I know a phone call is coming through. Sometimes that should have cut me out.
Oh,
But, so this is what I'm gonna say on that video. Because first off, just like you are and I am an active and great father in my child's life. So that situation should never happen for me. However, if I was to be in that situation, I would have been the stepfather. Because, I mean, as you know, I'm always going to be there for mine. That's without a doubt. And if this new father, now granted, I do think he could have went about it a little differently, depending on the entire situation. Like if Buddy just called and while he called, he was at the front door, then yeah, you got the right to go off a little bit. However, if he would have called, there would have been time to be like, okay, look, I know you the real father, but you ain't been here. You ain't been around. You don't talk to this child. I do. I see what goes on with their life. I'm here all the time, every second for this child's life. This is my child now. If you want to do something for them, we can work that out. But you're not going to just show up here unannounced. This is the household I'm in. I'm the man of this household. You're going to respect that, or you're going to get your ass whooped. It wouldn't even have been all that going outside and all that back and forth. It would have just been, hey, let me talk to you outside. Make. That's it. Like, come back another day when you decide to try and have a better attitude, nigga, because you're not going to do this shit over here right now, not on his birthday.
See, when I watched the video, I had a whole nother perspective. So when it started off, the pop show up to the birthday party, and he like, yo, why you not answering my calls? Why you block my calls? That's a red flag. That, to me, the way that they were interacting, and then he did mention it that he had receipts in regards to what he was paying, and that he alluded to the baby mother still trying to fuck with him.
But this was probably in like the first minute or so of the video.
Nah, this was at the end. This was at the end when they was arguing.
I was watching that at work, so I kind of missed it.
So here's my thing.
Yeah,
I think every adult in this situation was wrong. The stepfather's wrong because those are not your kids, bro. No matter how much you say these are my kids now, they're not your kids, bro. Like right now, if the mother wake up the next day and say, yo, I'm out, ain't shit you gonna be able to do, my nigga.
That's true.
That's number one.
Is true.
Number two, because I think the son had the birthday, but there also was a daughter they mentioned. If the daughter decides to get married, there's a chance she looks at you and says, thank you for everything you did for me, but I want my real dad to walk me down the aisle. What are you gonna do? That has happened.
Yeah.
And see
that step parent role is real funny. It's real funny. It can be real wholesome, but it can be real disrespectful too, without any intention of disrespect being there.
And this is why he should have minded his damn business. Because if you notice, the father never came in there on no rah-rah shit. When he come in there, and he's asking like, yo, why you block me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I wouldn't have did all that in front of the children.
That's why I'm saying that he came in with the wrong energy, though. Like,
I don't think he did.
I'm gonna assume a few things. I'm gonna assume that was the stepdad's house. I'm gonna assume that was the stepdad's planning money. That was his space. I'm gonna assume that.
Yeah, she said that the stepdad planned it.
Okay, and with that assumption, I'm also say if he knew where the party was, they at least tried to hey, you can come, but again, know your role. But it
I
shouldn't
don't
have
think,
came. If he ain't been in that child's life, he won't right to do all that shit.
but here's the thing: we don't know why he ain't been in that child life
I don't.
because he said, "Why are my calls blocked? Why are my texts blocked?" So if he's blocked, I can't communicate with you.
Okay, I
Think
give you
about it.
that.
If
I give you
if
that.
if if your baby moms blocked you and she had little man, you pulling up.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I give you that. I give you that.
And me knowing you, the energy you would have pulled up with would have not been as calm as that father pulled up with.
But that's why I'm saying, because I've been in that situation too. I've been the child in that situation.
I believe it.
When they pull up with energy like that, they got their own guilty conscience. They got their own, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna be this nigga. They got, a bunch of dumb shit going on instead of,
I
hold up,
agree.
my child's birthday, it's a party for him. I may not have been involved in it as much as I wanted to, but it's for him. Let me adjust myself, show face, be respectful, and then when things die down, pull to the side. Hey, I would have liked if this happened. I don't necessarily like how this happened. I'm okay with it, but maybe next time, like certain
Yeah,
certain
and
conversations need to
that,
be had.
that's where I think the father was wrong. I wouldn't have did all that in front of the kids.
Oh yeah, no, that shit definitely what shouldn't have
He
been done.
he
You
was
you
dead
right.
wrong,
Like
right
I
then and there.
wholeheartedly agree with you when you say all of them were wrong because all of them had very wrong standpoints throughout that entire video. The mother shouldn't have been blocking and doing all that. That's still the child's biological father. Have
Hmm.
communication. The stepfather shouldn't have been antagonizing the real father. Like, that's my son. Now, that's like, okay, you may have been there, but you don't know everything because you probably ain't never met that man for real, for real. Ain't had no conversation with that man. You just going off of what your girl's saying. She could be feeding you shit just to
And
keep you on your
bro,
side.
I've seen it happen.
I have too.
I've seen where chicks would be mad at their baby father and they'll put bugs in the baby father ear and put bugs in the new boyfriend ear to the point where now they're beefing and they never even had a conversation with each other.
Yep.
Like I've seen it to where dude is the new boyfriend and the baby father is out looking for him and
Mm-hmm.
they ain't never met this man a day in his life because of the battery that the chick put in the back, which is why I always say as men we need to talk to each other. And yo, you can't go off of everything a woman tells you because they're gonna embellish, especially with something as emotionally charged as that.
Oh
They're
yeah.
gonna embellish, bro.
It
So
could
it's
have
like
went real bad. Real
on
bad.
either side. Like
Yeah.
what you like? What if the father was a street dude in that
Oh,
situation, and you
fucked
now
up.
you done posted it online? You got millions of views. You don't know what may happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or like what now y'all get to fighting. Or you as the stepfather, what if you beat the father up? And then the son be like, why are you hitting on my daddy?
Yep. Yep.
Yo, it was so tacky. And I'm just like, yo, we gotta do
Nobody
better.
won.
Like,
Nobody
huh?
won in that situation. And then
And the
I really
kids.
and then there was so many flags in that shit, like that touched so many areas. Like when the stepfather grabbed the child and pretty much had him in a headlock the whole time. Like, okay, so is this how you normally show him affection, or is this a little bit rougher? Because like this is kind of saying you probably be abusing this child in some manner. And it's like you doing all this in front of the dad. The dad says, don't, like, you can be upset, but don't grab my son like that. Like now you got
And
another problem with me.
and
And my
then it's
mom
like,
letting shit happen, and she talking about you don't do that, you don't do that. Like it was too much.
and see, that's the thing, like, and you know my situation. Here's my thing. No matter how bad the biological parent may be, you never let your child see you deny access to that parent
Mhm.
because eventually they're going to resent you for it. If the
Unless it's 100% chance that it's gonna be some foul or negative or crazy shit that'll happen
yeah,
if
but
that child go. But yeah, I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
unless the child is in danger, that's one thing.
Right.
But you never deny that child their biological parent because they're gonna get mad. Like, especially as they get older, because it's like, you making decisions for me now.
Yeah.
Like, and then what a lot of parents do, if the other parent is dangerous, they don't ever tell the child. They just be
Mhm.
like, "Oh no, you can't go," and it's
Like
like, why?
my
Like,
mom's
explain to them.
my mom's did the best thing in that situation. She knew that my biological was not. He just won't right. Keep it simple. He just won't right. But me being a child that just wants to have a father because I see everybody else with their dad and they going out to movies and stuff like that, I want to have that too. After a while, I saw my father didn't even really fucking like me. So I tell my moms, hey, I don't think I want to go over there no more. Okay, son, that's fine. You don't have to anymore. And if you change your
Boom,
mind, you can.
boom,
That's it. And I was 11.
and that you made the decision, and
Mm-hmm.
that was that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that's what you gotta do. But you can't just be like, no, because I promise you, them kids are gonna ask their mother, like, yo, why I can't talk to daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Why I
And
can't
then they're
talk to
gonna rebel. And then they're gonna do it anyway. And it's gonna be so much worse down the line.
which is why you can't do that. Like, and
Yeah.
like I said, unless the child is gonna be in danger, that's a whole different situation.
I
But
tell you what, all three of them adults, lucky Charleston White ain't see that video. Child service would have been on the phone right in the middle of that shit.
because it's like, like I don't like having commotion and adult problems in front of children. I'm always in the mindset, let kids be kids, man. Like,
Yeah.
like, try to keep their innocence for as long as you can, because we're adults, we know how fucked up the world is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
try to keep them from that as much as you can. Like, you can try to explain it, things to them, but try to keep them from witnessing some fucked up shit, especially some shit that could be avoided. Like, that'd be my whole thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, these damn kids, let these kids be kids. Father said he had something for the son. Let him show whatever. It's the son's birthday. Why are you, he getting extra presents? Who cares? Like,
Let them have
let,
it.
let him get the extra present. Like,
Let them
what
have it.
is
And
this big deal?
if she was so worried about what the father might have done, she should have went and got the shit herself and said, "Here you go." It could have been that easy. Like
It's crazy,
maybe
man.
they act too much off their emotions, as we all know. Logic
That'd be my
never seems
thing.
to play a card in any of the situations that a lot of women are in,
And
simply
then
because they move off emotion.
the back, I could tell you from the way the stepfather was acting, he had a battery in his back. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, yo, bro, you look like a bozo. And of course, you had women in the comments praising him and all that, but it's like, that's not it, bro. You don't know. Like, as men, number one, as men, we know there's always a threat of violence.
Yeah.
That's why, like, Shorty asked me one time, she was like, yo, why y'all as men always, like, when y'all walk past each other, if y'all look at each other, y'all do a head nod? That's to let them know I come in peace,
Yeah.
because there's always a threat of violence with men, amongst men. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so we
And we see
understand
shit. We see it.
exactly.
We gonna
And
walk past a dude we never seen before, but
before,
we know what we looking for. We know how to feel certain shit in the air, so we gonna be like, okay, yeah, I see you. We good, but just know I see you. Like,
exactly. And
don't be stupid in this motherfucker.
and that be my thing. Like, dude, you can't let no woman just put a battery in your back, because, like I said, what you don't know what that shit could have went way. Like, what if they got the fighting and the stepdad hit the dad and the dad fell and broke his neck or something. Now you going to jail.
Yep.
Now
Over
you going to
some bullshit.
and guess what the baby mama gonna be doing? She gonna find another stupid simp to go ahead and plan some birthday parties with. And while you
Yep.
sitting in jail, hoping a big dude named Shirley not trying to take your manhood. Like,
Mhm.
yo, I'm like, yo, that thing could have went 1,000 different ways. And it's like, yo, all that could have been avoided. Like you boasting up at this dude, like, and my thing is when you act like that, you're acting feminine. Like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, that's my son. Not like, bro, like,
You got to
why you
think,
saying
man.
bullshit?
He's saying he was only saying that shit to get a reaction out of Buddy. You could tell.
Exactly.
You could
And
tell.
you know what? I actually commend the father on that point in
Yeah.
regards to. That's why I say when he came, he wasn't on no rah shit. Because if he was, they'd have got the fighting. And look,
Mhm.
if you peep, the father's the one who said, "Yo, let's talk outside."
Yeah, I saw that. He kept
And
trying to get
what
him
the
outside.
mother do? The mother came outside and they caused a big commotion. And the stepfather was like, "Nah, nah," da, da, da. And it's like, yo, bro, like that could have been handled way differently. Like even if you didn't want him at the party, you could have been like, "Look, I don't really want you in
This
my
ain't the
house.
right place.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
ain't the right place. You got a present for him. All right, let little man get the present, but you got to go after that and
that's it.
handle it like that." But
That's it.
yo, man,
And
yo,
he could have
that
had his own party for him or something or took him somewhere. That's all.
that could have went love, bro.
Mhm.
Like, yo,
They couldn't
like
be me.
that
Couldn't be me.
son,
That's all I do know.
like that could have went love. Like, oh my god, that could have went love. That could have ended in so much bloodshed.
Hmm.
And it's like and that's the thing. See, women don't have that threat of violence with them. They don't. A lot of women don't understand that threat of violence amongst men, and
Hmm.
they don't get that. So you've been out with women before, and you peeping the surroundings, and it's like, all right, it's
Yeah.
time to go. And she think you just being a stick in the mud whole time. You're peeping, something's about to pop off because you
Hmm.
feel the energy and the tension in the air. There might be Buddy in the right corner looking at Buddy in the left corner a little too angrily, and you like, all right,
Oh.
somebody in here scheming. It's time to
And
go.
for real, being at lunch and heritage taught me a lot on how to pick up on a lot of that shit. Because there'll be times we all be sitting at the table talking, laughing, something like, oh. I just hear the whole room just quiet down. I start looking at every corner. Hey, we need to go. This nigga
Yeah.
got. Why does this nigga have that many nachos on that tiny ass plate with all that sauce? No, he ain't finna eat that shit. He ain't finna eat that shit. We gotta go.
Nah, word, yo, like, and that the as men, like, because we understand that threat of violence. At any given moment, there's a threat of violence. That is why, if you notice, we speak the way we speak to each other, even as strangers. We're more respectful than women are to each other. Women, oh, yo, the way they talk to each
Oh,
other is crazy.
right. There's
Oh
so
my
much passive aggressiveness. Like, why are you so mad? You've never met this woman.
yo, I'll be like, yo, like, and then even in their friendships,
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'll be sitting back and they'll be like, yeah, because I don't really like her. But I'm like, you go out with her every week. What do you mean you don't like her? If I didn't like the dude, I'm not hanging out with him. What do you
Yeah.
mean? I
Yeah.
don't really like her. I'm like, yo, like y'all really don't have this threat of violence. Like they really talk to each other crazy. Or I'm like, yo, like, no, that's why we be friends longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is exactly why we be friends longer because we understand what respect and boundaries are, and
Hmm.
a lot of women they haven't had to suffer any real consequences for the things that they do.
Because it's always a simp around waiting to pick up the pieces.
Exactly, somebody throws the cape on and comes in and saves them. So they haven't really understood like yo. I was like, yo, even last summer, like my mom's and them went and dropped my uncle back off in the Bronx, and some chick, um, was talking crazy to my little cousins. And her boyfriend was standing right there. And he didn't know my little cousins was strapped.
Mm.
And they looking at him like, yo, bro, you better get your chick, bro. And my mom's is like, yo, I'm about to punch her dead ass shit. And it's like, yo, and it was just him and his girl. Mind you, it's my parents, my sister, my uncle, and both my two cousins. And it's like, yo, so dude literally read the room and looked at his woman and said, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because,
Get
yo, he
right.
really was about to, because she really was about to, and it was over nothing.
Get right
It was
before
over
you get
nothing.
right. Shit.
And it's like, yo, you talking crazy and you don't even, like, he seen that my cousins were strapped. He seen my mother just inching closer to Shorty because my mom was just going to hook off on her. And he read the room and was like, oh, nah. We're not even doing this. He pushed her across the street like, shut the fuck up. I was like, yo, you really about to get us into some stuff. And a lot of dudes end up in so much shit because they let the women around them run that mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Run that mouth. And it's like, yo, y'all better learn how to get them women in check, man. That shit, a woman who knows when to be quiet is like that. Man, listen. Ron Isley got a lot of hits, but my favorite line from him is "Shut up, can't you see two men are talking?" That is my favorite Ron Isley line out of all the songs for the 5+ decades he been putting music out. Shut up, can't you see two men are talking? If women understood that, a lot of things would.
Shit, it'd be better. They ain't gonna do it though, because they hear it from us. They ain't gonna do it. Like I had a woman tell me, yeah, you was right when we was together. You told me everything that I was supposed to hear and I should have been doing. But I didn't like it and I didn't want to do it because you told me. I had to hear it from another man who was a therapist to tell me the same exact thing before I saw the light. And I said, you know what? That's stupid as shit. But if that worked for you, that worked for you. And that was me being nice.
Yeah, man.
I had a lot more to say, but it's like if you didn't hear me years back then, you're not gonna hear me now.
And it be like that, man. Like that shit crazy. But yeah, we gonna wrap this up. I appreciate you. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah. So Instagram, Ben Frank 40. Snapchat, No Love for Frank. You got anything you want to say to me personally? We can do that. We can chop it up. I'm not scared to talk to nobody. And goddamn, maybe even the conversation we have might end up in the next one. You never know. So shit, holla at me.
Word. Hit that like button, that subscribe, hit that bell. It's your boy, the biggest villain, Sean Bills. This has been Sue Me Later. Peace.
Toxic. She called me toxic.
Yeah, I bet.
She called me toxic.
So cliche.
Swear I am not shit.
But I'm not though.
She called me toxic cause I won't simp out. Never get phased or react to a big mouth. She called me toxic.